Hey guys, it's Isabel, and today I'm going to be talking about 5 reasons why you should immediately stop worrying about the future. Now, this is something that I'm sure we're all guilty of. I do that a lot in a big term scale because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to graduate. What am I going to do? What job am I going to get? But it doesn't benefit you in any way really just stressing about the issue, because a lot of times we stress about it, but we're not actually taking actions to improve it, or we're not taking actions to really write it all down and help solve the problem. So in the past couple of years, I've been trying to stop worrying about the future as much. Like an example, if I'm going on a date with someone, before I used to stress so much about the date. How is it going to be like? How is it going to go? And then one day I thought so much about how the first date was going to go that, have you ever literally got tired of thinking? Because that happened to me. I honestly got tired of thinking, and I was like, wow, I wonder how it would be like to go on a date and have no expectations, because I didn't plan it out in my head. I'm not daydreaming. I'm not even thinking about it. I just show up to the date and that's that. And I did that and it went great, and it just shows how worrying is such a silly thing when most factors and most things are out of your control. So number one, you never know what's gonna happen. And so you might be worrying so much. You're focusing all your energy, all your time into this one thing that you're stressing, and you don't know how it's gonna go. And in reality, it might not even happen. Something else completely different might happen. You just really need to trust the universe, but not just that, trust yourself. Understand whatever situation you're put in, you are going to find a way to break free from it. You're going to find a way to resolve whatever issue that it is that you have, and trust the journey of it instead of trying to plan out every single little happening. Number two, what will be, will be. So as much as you try to avoid something, if it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. And as much as you try to plan for something, if it's not meant to happen, it's not gonna happen. So at the end of the day, there are a lot of things that are in your control, but unfortunately, exactly what is going to happen and details and all of those things are not. Some things that are out of your control, for example, are other people. You can't control anyone else's emotions. You can't control anyone else's actions. Or your environment. The company you work in just went bankrupt, or something just happened and everyone loses their jobs. That's out of your control. What can you control? You can control looking for a new job and working on that. And you shouldn't look at it as a bad or good thing. That's also something I want to make a video about. I think good and bad are very, subjective to the situation and your perception of it. But everything is something for you to grow from. So if things don't happen out the way you wanted to, think about, hey, why didn't it happen? Or is that door closing opening up a new door that I wouldn't have seen unless I got rejected from that opportunity, So try to change your perspective on it, and just trust that whatever is happening is meant to be happening, regardless of whether you think it's right or not. Because in reality, we're only seeing the now. We're not seeing the big picture that, the world has planned for us. 3, you're ruining your present on the future. So if something bad is going to happen, or something that's going to make you sad is going to happen in the future, and you already know it's going to, like, you're going to move and say goodbye to all your friends, or, you're going to graduate and you don't know what's happening next and you're scared, or whatever it is that you already know is going to happen, like, you're already going to be sad at that time. You're already going to be sad when it happens. So why are you wasting your current present being sad about it? You're literally doubling your sadness, or doubling your anger, or doubling whatever negative emotion that you're going to carry, because you're already going to feel it when it happens. So why would you ruin the present? If you know you're going to lose it, then appreciate it while you currently have it. 4, whatever you focus on will manifest. So let's say you hate your job and you want a new one, but all you're focusing on is how much you hate this job and how you don't think you're gonna be able to find a new one. You're worrying about the future, but you're worrying about it in all the wrong ways, because the universe doesn't hear, oh, she wants a new job that's better than this one, even though she's scared to look for one. The universe is hearing, well,
old job hates it, old job hates it, old job hates it.
So the only thing you're manifesting is those negative emotions about work. So what's going to come back to you are negative emotions about work. The universe reacts to your vibrations. It doesn't listen to the exact words that you say. So if you're putting out negative emotions about your job and your environment, then you're going to get that back, even though what you want is the exact opposite. So think happy thoughts, think positively about the future instead of worrying that it's not going to work out. And lastly, you can't control your environment. You can only control the way you react to it. Keeping that in mind, you understand that everything is a matter of perception. That's all it is. You can look at the same exact situation 2 different ways and get completely 2 different outcomes on life from it. So I'm not saying, oh, you should be happy all the time. You should always think positively. It's going to be so easy. And any of that. That's not what I'm trying to get at. But when you understand that you can't control your environment and every single, like the nitty gritty of every single little thing, it takes the stress off your back because you understand that it's not in your power. So all you can do is really prepare for your future and understand that whatever it is that will happen, that you're going to be strong enough, that you're going to be courageous enough, smart enough, wise enough, that you're going to be able to figure it out regardless of how it plays out. And even if something you didn't want to happen did happen, instead of looking at it in such a negative view, like, oh, I knew it, I knew that this was a bad idea, instead of looking at it this way and be like, okay, well, it happened. You can't control the past, that's for sure. Maybe you can even control the future, but you cannot control the past. So just looking back at it and be like, okay, well, this happened. What can I gain from the situation and prevent it from happening again? Reflect on it. Reflect. Yeah, that is crucial to your growth. That is crucial to bettering yourself. So just change your outlook on a situation and do it in a way that is beneficial to you. And that's my 5 reasons for why you should stop worrying about the future and just let it all go. I hope this helps you out in some way. If it did, make sure to give it a like and comment down anything that you do to stop worrying about the future. Some things that I try to do is I try to meditate. That's the only way I can really control my thoughts instead of just going on a rampage like, ugh. And yeah, make sure to subscribe, show this to any of your friends that might be needing it, and I'll be back for more videos. Bye guys.